So, Dajiahao from Guangzhou. Welcome to another flight report. Today, flying my favorite Chinese airline, China Southern, on the 787-9 Dreamliner. I came here on the delivery flight of China Southern's Airbus A350. Make sure you check out this video as well. Flight time 14 hours to London Heathrow in business class. I flew the Dash 8, which is one of the few Dreamliners that features first class a year ago, so now it's time to put their Dash 9 to a test as well. Yesterday when I entered China, very funny story, I had to sign a form that I obey by Chinese law, so I can still get into the country. I'm not banned, but they make it harder and harder for me every time I come here. However, today it's all about the Dash 9, so let's see what the new business class on the Dreamliner is all about. So welcome aboard the Dash 9, and this is a seat I haven't come across as such. Very interesting design. So let me give you a quick little tour. Starts here, there's already a blanket, and this is where all the magic is happening. There is a bit of storage space here where the amenity kit is kept. There's as well a mirror, audio jack, power outlet, USB, remote control, noise cancelling headphones, seat control, as well as a reading line. Wine list is ready here as well. Also, there's some slippers ready at my seat, and the screen right in front of me, which I'm going to talk you through it later. Also, this airplane features Wi-Fi, but as you probably know from Chinese Airlines, it is Chinese internet as well, so which means if you don't have a VPN, there is very little Western websites you can access. Feels very spacious, the seat as such. I reckon once you go flat, you have a beautiful lying down experience. I also got my welcome drink already. Crew seems to be alright, though a bit overwhelmed. Whenever it comes to English, they struggle a little bit. So far, I am actually pretty impressed by this company. It's a massive improvement to the Dash 8, that's for sure, because that one came in a 2-2-2 configuration and it wasn't anything special. But this one seems to be a place where I don't mind spending 12 hours. So let's have a quick look at the in-flight entertainment. Sky Movies. So this seems to be all English. Hollywood, there we go. That's what interests us. Unless you into Chinese movies, that's what we have. A few choices. Some classics like Space Jam, Apollo 13. Oh, so it does vary, because I was on the ferry flight on the 350. It was rather limited, and here you have actually quite some choices and quite some classics. So I told you in the intro that I had to sign a form that I obey by Chinese law, because you probably remember when I got stuck earlier this year in Beijing. So I got in yesterday on the 350 on the ferry flight from Toulouse, went to the immigration, and then they pulled me over, and then they let me wait there for like almost an hour. And the thing is, they don't talk to you, they don't communicate with you, so I was just sitting there because I was kind of expecting a little hiccup. And then they came back with a form where it said I have to sign it, like I had to declare that I obey Chinese law, that I'm not going to cause any troubles. So I signed it, and they issued me the visa for 24 hours. I went to the hotel and came back, so now there were no problems. But yeah, kind of trying to make it harder for me to enter the country, but it still works overall, which is much appreciated. Thank you, China, for still letting me enter the country. But yeah, that's the story. I wasn't sure what was going to happen, but it was just a 16-hour transit. So alternatively, I could have waited at the lounge here, because China Southern has an amazing lounge here in Guangzhou, and also the airport here is amazing. I really love it. It's very spacious, bright, and that would have been plan B. Luckily, I could go to the hotel. And now here I am on my way to London. So if there's something I dislike about China Southern, it's the fact that every airplane, every wide-body airplane in their fleet literally features a different business class seat. So the 350 has a different seat than the 380, the 380 has a completely different seat to the 330, and so it continues. Even the 787s, the Dash 8 and the Dash 9, they have different seats. So you don't know what you get with China Southern. Where I think in the long term, China Southern should try to like standardize their seats in the business class. So they should pick one model which they implement among the entire fleet, so their passengers, they know what they get. So if there's something I absolutely dislike, then it's people telling me what to do. So this rather big guy next to me across the aisle told me to tint the windows because he wants to go to sleep. First of all, he was super rude about it. Second of all, for takeoff they untint the windows anyways. And this is what I find so stupid about the Dreamliner. That the cabin crew is actually in control of the windows, so they can tint it, they can lock it. And it's a day flight. I mean, during a day flight, I like my cabin or my seat to be bright because I'm not going to sleep most of the time and trying to get some work done. But yeah, this dude like being super unfriendly and like telling me what to do with my windows. That is something I don't understand. What do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section below. So I could choose between a traditional Chinese breakfast or eggs Benedict. So I'm a huge fan of eggs Benedicts, but I don't know, it doesn't quite look like eggs Benedict to me. Rather like an omelette with a side of spinach and a hash brown and some sauce. Yeah. Let me try and find out what it is and what it tastes like, but it's definitely not an eggs Benedict. So this was it. This was the breakfast service. A bit underwhelming. So is the crew. Because usually what I love about China Southern is the cabin crew and how engaging they are, and how lovely and kind and cute. It's definitely not the case on this flight. It lacks, structure. However, I'm going to show you the amenity kit, which was already at my seat. So it is from, if I can't read this, Chop Art, never heard of this. This is what it looks like. And let's see what we have in here. So we have eye shades, a comb and a brush, cotton tips, a toothbrush and toothpaste, lip balm, facial moisturizer, and earplugs. So this is what it is. It says, with compliments from China Southern, it's an alright amenity kit. So I'm completely flat, and you want to know the reason why I prefer those staggered seats to the reversed herringbone seats, because of the very spacious leg room you have. Look at this, I can turn around and I won't bump my ankles or anything. And the space you have, it is so much more comfortable. And also something I very much like about China Southern is the pillow as well as the blankets. They're always really fluffy, very nice. I always have very good sleep when I fly at China Southern. In a few hours they have a high tea. I think this is something they exclusively offer only on London flights. And then later there is going to be a lunch service where I could choose between beef, fish. I go for the fish. And there was a Chinese option as well as a vegetarian option. Also, I tried to get the internet to work. I mean, I can connect to the Wi-Fi, but when I open the browser, nothing shows up. So I don't know what the issue is with that, but I'm gonna ask the cabin crew member. Perhaps they'll be able to help me. All right, talk to you guys later. So we're halfway through the flight. Now it's time for the traditional English afternoon tea. As you can see right here, and got some cheesecake and a little sandwich. So they had a card filled up, nicely presented with all the food as well as the tea. Yeah, I had a bit of a nap. Slept really well. Even though I got a bit of work done and then I had a nap. However, now it's time for some English breakfast tea. So we're just cruising over Lake Ladoga, which I've been told in school that it is the largest lake in Europe. Wondering, is that still the case? What do you guys learn in school? Should be, right? Well, let me know in the comment section below. So lunch is just kicking off with beef soup. So a bit of a salad with asparagus, scallops, I believe some duck, and yeah. Service continues to be very heartless. Just drop the plates. Don't even look at you when they do it. Not lucky with the crew today. So this is the main fish, bolognese, asparagus, some sauce. Interesting mix. Also, I started the week in Toronto, then I was in Toulouse for the day in Europe, and then I went to Guangzhou, China. Now I'm going back to Europe. I don't even know whether my body knows in which time zone it is, or neither do I. I guess I'm all over the place. Sometimes this life is getting very busy. It is an interesting combination, pasta and fish. Dough tastes very creamy, fish isn't too dry, asparagus is good. Well, I just realized that I'm not very hungry. Sometimes those airplane meal, they can be very, very filling. That was pretty lovely though, very creamy, the pasta. It's good, fish was good. Nice dish. So she was just pushing the dessert cart through the alley. There was ice cream, there was some pudding and fruits. Well, that concludes the lunch service. 2 more hours until we get to London. Maybe it's also now a good time to sum up my experience here on China Southern. I've covered quite a few miles with China Southern and flown all their aircrafts and always had a very great experience, and that's why I believe that they're for me the best Chinese airline, better than Hainan, because it was always a lovely experience. This flight, however, in terms of crew, was super underwhelming. Not what I used to know from them. That was a bit of a letdown. The seat was a clear winner. I love the seat. It's great. It's very spacious. Had a beautiful nap here. Infotainment was spot on. Gives you everything you need for an 11-12 hour flight. So impressed by the Dash 9. That is a solid product. Disappointed by the crew, unfortunately, but it can't always be rainbow and sunshine. So if you think this video was helpful, you like this review, if you like me, give it a thumbs up. I'd appreciate that. Let me know in the comment section below what do you think of China Southern. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. There's a video coming out every week. So, but yeah, this is it. This was my China Southern 787-9 review. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you on another video very soon. Have a good day.